I'm Jocelyn, and I went to the Toastmasters meeting on November 13th, 2025. It was at the West Knoxville Club over off of Middleburg Pike. The president of the club is Laura Beldovs. Her phone number is 865-776-5595. Email laura.beldovs@gmail.com. So I wasn't really sure what I was expecting when I went into the Toastmasters meeting, but it was really an organized situation. We did start out with the Pledge of Allegiance. We were all asked to be seated, and we were given these lovely little agendas here, which I thought was a great resource, especially for me. And there was one other student in the class or in the meeting at the time, just to kind of give us an idea of how the meeting flows, and so we can follow along easy. So the president did open the meeting, and she also introduced herself as the Toastmaster for the night. Apparently this is something that changes, but tonight she was the Toastmaster. She then introduced Michael Laughlin, who did a joke of the night. And I just thought that was a great way to kind of break the ice and warm everybody up, especially if they're feeling a little nervous about giving their speech. So well done. And they also have a word of the night, which the night I went, it was synchronous is the word that they wanted them to try to incorporate into their speeches. It's just a fun challenge for the speakers to incorporate a word that they might not normally use, especially in prepared speeches. After that, the first speaker was introduced, Mr. Elliott. He did a great job. He had great presence. He was very confident, very knowledgeable about his topic. He made great eye contact with the audience. He did a speech about a cancer study in China and how diet and medications can affect the outcomes of cancer diagnoses. And he also related that back to two well-known actresses and their cancer journeys, and how their diet or medication treatments affected their cancer outcomes. I just thought that was a really great way to kind of get the audience and an attention grabber, because sometimes people might think that medical information is boring, but when you relate it to somebody well-known, you're like, oh, I know that person. So I thought that was a really great way to incorporate the audience. Second speaker was a motivational speaker. His name was Alex Grannon. He did a really great job motivating. And if he wants to be a motivational speaker, he's going to do really well. I mean, he worked the room. He made great eye contact. He was very confident. He was very, very well spoken. His speech was on kind of mental and physical, how can I put this? Mental and physical strength, I guess is a good way to put it, and how it relates to like maybe everyday life or things you want to do, like running marathons or playing sports. And it's something that I really resonated with, especially because my son plays football, and I know how mentally and physically draining that sport can be for him. So I was really interested in his speech, and I really liked it. After the speakers went, they did not have a third speaker, which I guess they normally do. But after the second speaker went, they did a thing called Table Topics, and that was presented by Mike Matthew. He did do a few different topics. The first topic, he actually told us what the topic was going to be on, and then he asked for volunteers. After that, the rest of the topics, he actually asked for volunteers first and then gave us the topic, which was really required impromptu speaking. It was a great impromptu speaking exercise. He did encourage me and the other student to participate. I was just more interested in watching, although looking back, I really do wish I would have participated, because I think it would have been a cool experience. But overall, everyone did a really great job. After the table topics, they went on to evaluations. So there was a general evaluator to evaluate the whole meeting as a whole, and then there was an individual evaluator for each of the speeches. So the first evaluator, Michael Laughlin, evaluated the speech about the cancer study. He did not appreciate that the actresses were introduced into that speech and how they connected with the cancer study. He felt like it was irrelevant. I disagree with that. I think it was a great way to grab the audience's attention and keep them involved in listening. The second evaluator was Laura, and she evaluated the motivational speech, which I wholeheartedly agreed with her. The speaker did very well, very confident, very well spoken. Great job. Then there was a timer. The timer was actually sitting right next to me, and there was a red, yellow, and green light, almost like a stoplight. So Laura explained to us after the meeting that the green light is for when the speaker reaches 5 minutes. The yellow light is when they reach, I believe it's 6 minutes and 30 seconds. And then the red light was for when the speaker reaches 7 minutes. And He also timed each speech, and the only person to go over the 7 minutes was the first one with the cancer research presentation. They also had a grammarian there who counted filler words like so, like, things like that, which I really didn't even realize somebody was actually counting those words, so that was really interesting to me. Then at the end of the meeting, the Toastmaster closed the meeting, and everybody was dismissed. Laura did come over and talk to me and the other student that were there individually, kind of told us how she got involved with Toastmasters and how it has helped her find a sense of community and how she really enjoys coming. And personally, I probably would attend a Toastmasters meeting again. I did think it was interesting. I enjoyed the topics that were presented. I think it's a great tool for people who are working on their public speaking skills, or maybe just need to gain more confidence in their public speaking abilities. It's a great tool and resource for them. So overall, great job. I initially thought this was just going to be another chore I had to do for this class, just another check mark off the list, but I did truly thoroughly enjoy the meeting, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. Thank you.